The Allure Best of Beauty Award winners list just dropped, and as always, I have thoughts. So today I'm going to walk you through a lot of products on the list that I have tried and let you know whether or not I believe that they deserve to be Allure Best of Beauty Award winners. I feel like I fit the theme today. I've got on my red outfit. There are almost 400 award winners this year, so I will have the full list linked down below if you want to check it out. I know there's always a lot of discussion in the comments of these videos of like how legitimate are these award winners. That's why I like to film this video, so I can let you know which ones I think actually are worth your money and which ones are not. So let's start off with some skincare winners. First of all, the new-ish Bouncy Bright Facial Mask from Drunk Elephant won. This is an azelaic acid mask. This retails for $68. So it has 10% azelaic acid and 1% salicylic acid. I gave this great reviews when it came out. I really enjoy this. My skin, being very acne prone, loves azelaic acid. Not as much salicylic acid, though that is a good ingredient for acne, but it can be a little bit irritating for me, but I like that this is in a pretty low percentage here. So I don't use this super frequently because I do find it can be kind of a lot. It's not necessarily harsh, but it's not something that I would be using nightly. But when I do use this, I feel like the next day my texture is minimized, my face, I was gonna say my skin and then I was gonna say my face. I said like my face. My face looks brighter for sure. I think that name is appropriate and I do really enjoy this. I don't think you need to splurge and spend $68 on this azelaic acid serum in particular. I think there are alternatives if you wanted something on a budget, but I do think this is a good one. They also included the Farmacy Honey Potion Plus Mask. I love that. I had just a little mini of it. And when I got the mini, I thought, oh, this is only going to be like 2 uses. No, I was using that mini like probably well over a dozen times. So a little bit goes a long way. They do sell it in 2 sizes. The smaller version is $41 or the larger version is $60. But even with the small, like you're getting a lot of uses in there. So it's a hydrating mask. I find it super nourishing. Honey is wonderfully soothing on the skin. My dry, peely skin loved that stuff, especially last winter. I felt like I was using it constantly. So far, 2 for 2. I agree with these. They also included the Gisou Honey Infused Hair Oil. So this one retails for $46. Personally, I'm gonna say for me, this one wasn't worth it, but I know for so many people it is, so I definitely understand that. I just don't think this hair oil is suited to my hair texture. I have very fine hair and it's very easily weighed down, so I personally don't love it, but I know so many people that do love that one. So while personally it wasn't a favorite for me, I understand why it's on this list, but for me, it was just way too heavy on my hair. Some makeup ones, starting with one I don't understand, the Tarte Shape Tape Radiant. This one retails for $31 and relatively recently, I'm pretty sure I put this in a disappointing products video, or maybe it was just in like a favorites and fails. I do not like this stuff. First of all, it has little micro glitters in it, so if you look at, like if you swatch it on the back of your hand, look in the light, you're gonna see the sparkles. Like that's the radiant in the name. It has sparkles in it. Also, it just separated. It didn't look nice on my under eyes. I know that the Tarte Shape Tape is heavy, but I don't think this is a good alternative. I would actually just recommend choosing a concealer from a different brand that is more hydrating. Try like the Flower Beauty Get Real Serum Concealer. That one is like $12. It's like a third of the cost of this one and it looks a lot better in my opinion. Okay, Hourglass, the Phantom Glossy Lip Balm made the list. These retail for $36. I have the shade Mist. These I like. I wouldn't say it's life-changing. I don't know that it's like an award-winning product in my eyes, but I do think it's a nice formulation. I would say it's an incredibly comparable product to the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump products, like the ones in the click-up pen. This packaging component is a little bit different. It doesn't click up. It's a twist, which I like because the Tarte ones break, and this hopefully won't do that. But there's actually a drugstore alternative to this that I think is incredibly similar, not an exact dupe, but definitely creates a similar effect. That's about a third of the price. That also won an Allure Best of Beauty Award, so I will talk about that one a little bit further on. This one, it's fine, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, that's an award-winning product. Like I was kind of surprised to see it on the list. We've also got the Fenty Gloss Balm Ice. That one retails for $26. I had that and I gave it to my friend because I did not like that it made my lips feel icy. Like it feels like if you just brushed your teeth with your minty toothpaste and then you take a sip of cold water, that's what it feels like on your lips when you apply it. And I know some people really enjoy that sensation, but for me, it was cold. It just wasn't a pleasant experience wearing it. And I remember one night I was out and I was applying it and I literally said to my friend, I don't like this lip gloss. I should get rid of it. And she was like, oh, can I have it? And I'm like, yeah, take it. And she loves it. So I guess it's gonna depend on the person, but at the end of the day, it's just a clear lip balm that is cold. So I don't know that it's award winning. I feel like you can just get a clear lip balm at the drugstore. Like I wouldn't recommend that one over the other Fenty gloss bombs. Like the Fenty gloss balm, like the pigmented ones, I like so much more. Also, we've got these Summer Fridays lip balm in here. So these I feel like have been going super viral. I don't know if it's just like my For You page, but I've been seeing these everywhere. I have the pink sugar one, smells delicious, super hydrating. And I also have like a berry one that has a tint. I don't use that one as much just because it is that deeper tint, but this is definitely a pricey lip balm. It retails for $24, but I think if you were wanting to splurge on a very luxe, very nourishing lip product, I do think you would enjoy this one. I think it leaves my lips super, super hydrated, but it also has this glowy plump finish that's reminiscent of a lip gloss. So I feel like you're kind of getting two in one. I like to just apply a lip liner and then apply this over top and like, there you go. That's the lip combo for a simple look out the door. So this one I get. I'm gonna agree with this. I think it deserved the Best of Beauty award. Moving into the affordable winners, I always get excited about these. These are more of like the drugstore price point products. In the skincare section, they awarded the Inkey List Polyglutamic Acid Dewy Sunscreen SPF 30. I really do enjoy this sunscreen. I feel like it has, I'm gonna say minimal cast, but whenever I'm reviewing a sunscreen, I'm always like, you keep in mind, I have fair skin, so I am not the best person to be reviewing whether it has a cast or not, but I personally don't notice one. I also find this to be a really hydrating formula that's not too hydrating, where it's leaving like a greasy film texture on the skin. A lot of sunscreens can do that. This one I think just sits really beautifully both on its own and underneath makeup. It's super affordable. Retails for $15, and I definitely understand why this one won an award. I was so excited to see that my favorite drugstore bronzer won a Best of Beauty award. This is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer. I have mine, did I just dig my nail into there? No, that was a close one. I have mine in the shade Light. This is just the best cream bronzer in general, in my opinion. Drugstore or high-end, I reach for this over all of them. Though you do know, especially if you follow me on Instagram, I cannot stop using the Merit bronzer stick. That's what I'm wearing today. That's what I've been wearing most days. Maybe I need to trick myself. Take that out of my everyday makeup drawer and put this one in because this is my other like tip top favorite. So this formula is very pigmented, but it blends out effortlessly. Like it's creamy without being too emollient. Like it is the perfect cream bronzer in my opinion, because some cream bronzers that are super pigmented, as I'm trying to blend them out, they don't really like stay in place. They can kind of start to look muddy. This one stays where you're placing it, but blends out well. You get a really seamless blend. I get good longevity. I like the undertone of this. Like I cannot say enough great things about this bronzer. So happy to see that it won an Allure Best of Beauty award. An unsurprising one on here, we've got the internet's favorite primer, the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. Funny enough, I reach for this so infrequently, but I do like it. Like my overall review of it is it does exactly what am I saying? It does exactly what it is supposed to do. It's good for what it is, but I just tend to like a matte look, so maybe that's why I don't use it too often. Funny enough, I also have the Charlotte Tilbury equivalent of this, and I don't use that one too often either, so that might be it. But this retails for $14. I think that's a pretty reasonable price point, especially for how much product you get. So if you like a nice, like, subtle to medium level of strobe on the skin, whether you're doing that on its own or beneath makeup, you probably will love this product. I know so many people already own this one because it is a super, super, super popular product. I was not surprised at all to see that this won an award. I will say though, this year there were a lot of products on the list that I was not familiar with. Granted, I do feel like I'm familiar with a lot of them, whether that means I've tested them or at least know of them. But there were a good number of products that won an award this year that I was like, I have never even heard of that. So that has me wanting to try some more. Let me know if there's anything you saw on the list that you think I should check out. I definitely want to pick up a few things that won an award this year to see if I like them or not. But the product that I said is pretty similar to the Hourglass one is this lip gloss stick, whatever you want to call it, from Flower Beauty. So this is the Plump Up Gloss Stick. I've got the shade Toasty right here, and this is very similar. So I would say this, the Tarte, and the Hourglass are all similar styles of product, but the difference between them is the level of opacity, in my opinion. So the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumps, whether it's the juicy one or the non-juicy one, those are pretty opaque, glossy products. Super high gloss finish, lots of opacity there. The Hourglass ones, similar level of sheen, but not quite as pigmented. Still pigmented, not sheer, but not as opaque as the Tarte ones. And then for me, the Flower ones are just a step underneath. So you're still getting the glossy finish, you're still getting a bit of color payoff, but not the full pigment that you're getting from the others, especially less than you're getting from the Tarte. So when this launched, everyone was like, oh, it's a dupe for the Tarte. It's not a dupe for the Tarte. In my opinion, it's much closer to the Hourglass, but I kind of like this more because what I didn't love about the Tarte, it was just like thick and globby on my lips. This formula is much thinner, so it's more comfortable, it's more flattering in my opinion, and this one I'm very glad to see on the list. I feel like these didn't get as much buzz as they deserved. I know a lot of people talked about them in the beginning as maybe a Tarte dupe, but I feel like after that, the hype died down, and these are actually really great lip products, so highly recommend this one. Also, the CoverGirl Yummy Lip Gloss 1. They just came out with new shades of these, which is exciting. I love this lip oil. I think it's beautiful. It's a wonderful drugstore option. The price point of this one, I feel like can really vary depending on the retailer. I've seen it as low as 8, as high as like 12, but I definitely recommend this for a little bit of a sheer tint. The shade I have is You're Just Jelly, but I will say, I think for a drugstore lip oil, in my opinion, a better option is the Milani Fruit Fetish lip oils. I like those a little bit more than these, but I also think this is great. You have the very large doe foot, which personally I appreciate. I know some people like a smaller one. It's gonna come down to preference, but I love a chunky doe foot. This smells like some candy from my childhood. I don't know what it smells like. It smells nostalgic for sure. This one was kind of random, but I wanted to mention it. The Athena Club Razor won a Best of Beauty award, and I do have this razor. It is pretty affordable. It's $12, and I have to say it is one of my favorite razors. I used to use the Billy razors, and I think somewhere in my bathroom I have another blade for Billy that I need to use through. I liked those, but this Athena one I feel like gives me a super smooth, close shave, and even the component of it feels a lot more luxe than the one that I used to have from Billy. Honestly though, I like both. They're a similar price point. They're both more of like your budget razors. I mean, there are cheaper razors, but these are like very cute, you know. This one, something about it, it has a nice weight to it. It's not too heavy where you can't use it, but it feels luxurious in your hands for being a $12 razor. So that one, I was kind of surprised to see on there, but I'm like, yep, I agree with that. If you want to check out the rest of the list, I'll leave it linked down below, but let me know your thoughts if you've tried any of these. I wonder if you think they deserved an award or not. But thank you so much for watching, and I will go ahead and see you in my next one. Bye.